AT&T's CEO, John Stankey, said the company may be interested in acquiring more spectrum, including spectrum that might be freed from Dish Network. Okay, so what does that mean? Are they talking about the 12 gigahertz, or are they talking about, like, Dish liquidating their assets because they can't finish building their network? Let's see. Let's read on. His quote, "When there's valuable spectrum available through any form or fashion, we think that we always want to make those investments for the sustainability of the business." You know, it's true. You really do have to continue to get spectrum. You know, T-Mobile's smart. They got a lot of N41. They got a lot of the, 2.5 gigahertz, but they continue to invest. You know, we saw them active in the C-band auction. We saw them active in DoD. You know, we saw them somewhat active in mmWave and cbrs, but really that's more like the Verizon lane. So we've seen carriers investing. So this makes sense. In responding to Dish, Stankey said, "Distress security amid the company's falling shares and uncertain 5G future." The analyst asked Stankey how AT&T might react to Dish's changing situation. He said, "I'm not going to go into details of how we think about what the scenarios are and what we can play out, but you can guess that given the amount of money that's involved and the importance of spectrum to the business, we're constantly evaluating things and determining that scenarios might play out and we might do and what makes sense for the company." Folks, this is the stank right here, all right? The stank is not stupid. If a company is in bad shape and he could take advantage of it, he's going to do that. It's the same thing that T-Mobile did when they acquired the Sprint assets. Right? It's the same thing that Verizon did when they acquired TracFone and they acquired Alltel. Right? These companies are always looking to strengthen their position. They don't care about the marketplace. They don't care about competitive landscape and customers. I mean, yeah, they want to have as many customers as possible, but they don't care about your feelings, We want Dish to succeed, but the problem is Dish doesn't want Dish to succeed. And AT&T would love to swoop in and take advantage of any opportunity that could present itself. He explained that an injection of additional spectrum into AT&T's operations would allow the company to sidestep the construction of additional cell sites in order to increase its own 5G network capacity. Totally true. They would... Look, this is completely hypothetical. Folks, disclaimer, I am not predicting anything. I'm going with this hypothetical. If AT&T was to take advantage of any spectrum that came to market, let's say they got some of Dish's AWS, or maybe they ended up with Dish's 600 megahertz, or maybe they ended up with their DoD. I don't know, right? Wouldn't that be a boom to their network? I mean, we already know that they want to start doing fixed wireless access, right? They got good fiber circuits. They want to, put fiber to 75% of their tower sites. So it makes sense, for them to get involved if this opportunity presents itself. Why wouldn't they want to be involved? And Verizon would get involved, and T-Mobile would get involved. I think for the most part, people are kind of content with, streaming TV. I mean, satellite TV and cable TV has gotten so damn expensive, and now with streaming being even expensive, it's don't you just want to be able to have the convenience of taking your content on the go, right, and hand-picking your channels and stuff like that? So I don't know. Stankey addressed ongoing speculation of a possible merger of the Dish and DirecTV satellite business. God, man, I really don't want to talk about this. I've never really commented on my point of view, what the calculus is on the combination of DirecTV and Dish. I don't expect to do that today. All right, so he doesn't want to talk about it. All right, incoming customers. AT&T spoke to their net adds, 424,000 on the postpaid phone sides. And he called them quality customers. All right, so that means they're profitable. ARPU is good at AT&T. He said at this stage, it doesn't look like the industry is slowing by as much as we expected. Okay, wow. All right, so I think the nice thing for AT&T is they continue to be aggressive in promotions. So that puts them in the catbird seat to continue to grow. All right, you give your iPhone customers a deal, you get your Galaxy customers a deal, and you're golden. All right, warnings and concern. AT&T only generated $1 billion in free cash flow. Investors hated it. We saw capitulation with the shares. We saw the stock price, I think, dip 11% that same day they reported on the call, even though the rest of the quarter seemed phenomenal. They're working on a goal to cut costs of operations by $6 billion. Folks expect more. job cuts at AT&T. You're going to see automation, stuff like that. I don't know. The Stankster talking about Dish assets. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that AT&T would likely be the biggest beneficiary of a failed Dish? I would say that there's reason to believe that that would work. It would be to the Dish dismay and the Dish supporter dismay. But I'll tell you what, man, that would strengthen AT&T's position. And in my estimation, a strong AT&T is actually good. I'll tell you guys why. Right now, T-Mobile has very, very strong momentum. They are growing. Their network is, from the 5G side of things, the most expansive. They've got the most 5G pops covered when it comes to mid-band 5G. Verizon is really closing that gap quick. AT&T wants to close that gap quick. Now AT&T wants to also do fixed wireless access to kind of shut down 3G. And if you're going to shut down 3G and serve customers over your mobile network, you need more spectrum. Now, the thing is that AT&T would have been wise to have gotten more spectrum from DoD. Well, I shouldn't say DoD. They maxed out DoD. But they should have pushed to get more spectrum in C-band, right? But it was financials or the plan or whatever. And now it seems to have changed, and they probably want more spectrum. Dish would be huge. Dish brings 40 megahertz of DoD. Dish brings like 20, 40. And I think they got, 2-3 different blocks of AWS? They got 600 megahertz. They got 700 megahertz in some places. Folks, they got bandwidth. Dish has bandwidth. And if AT&T was to get a hold of it, I think they take fixed wireless access more seriously. Then you have Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile all going at it for these fixed wireless access customers. For AT&T, it's about keeping the DSL customer from going to Verizon and T-Mobile until they get fiber, because very few people are going to take fixed wireless access over fiber. Very few. The fiber would have to be super expensive or unreliable, and the fixed wireless would have to be super good and very affordable. Right? That's how it would have to work. I agree, Chaim. I think this would be huge for AT&T. The extra spectrum would probably give them more confidence in doing the fixed wireless access piece. I think it would make a lot of sense for them. I don't see Apple involved. Trex, honestly, what do they know about networking? You know what I'm saying? Like, they specialize in hardware, subscription services, iCloud, customer experiences. I don't know. Just my 2 cents, I guess. There are different ways that you can support the SMT. One of them, obviously, is to rate the video. That helps. You interact with the content, comments and likes and shares and those things. But if you want to be more directly supportive of your content creators, the way that you do that is with supports like the Buy Me a Coffee link. You can support us that way. There's also the other, donation type supports. Really what I want to do is grow the communities within Patreon and the YouTube memberships, and more so the Patreon, because I can give you more through Patreon. So if you guys like what the YouTube channel does and you like what it offers, you're looking for a bunch of things like early access videos and additional live streams, you want more of the SMT, that's how you could do it. So I recommend checking us out on Patreon. The link is in the description. But if you don't want to do that, then you can support us lots of other ways. In the description, you've got the coffee link. You've got other stuff. There's ways to support the channel. Of course, if you need service, but you want a good value, you're sick and tired of price hikes, you're looking for a better deal, we have partnered with Mint Mobile. All right, use our partner link. It's in the description. They just increased all of the data allotments on all their plans, and they didn't touch pricing. So the 4 gig plan went to a 5 gig plan. They kept it $15. The 15 gig plan, right, used to be a 10 gig plan, right, and they kept it at $20 a month, right? So they added all this value, didn't even touch pricing. This is why we absolutely must support this company. They are doing good things. I mean, you tell me what carrier is doing this. What carrier gives you more for the same amount of money? Right? All these other companies are raising pricing. T-Mobile just increased plan rates. Right? Their new plans are more expensive. Verizon is historically known. AT&T historically known for slapping on increases to fees and additional fees and all those types of things. Mint Mobile's different. They're different. They're giving you more and they're not charging you more, right? So if you're looking for a second line, you want to try the T-Mobile network, you're looking for a better value. I can think of a dozen reasons to switch to Mint Mobile. And of course, you can port your number. You can get, phone deals. They'll look at this. Look at this one. It's here at the top, right? We're talking about 6 months of free service when you buy a phone and get their 6-month plan. So you would essentially have a year of service and a phone all on a good deal. Can't beat it. All right, links in the description. Use it. It's our unique partner link, and it will support the channel.